Degree of a polynomial. So the first one we're going to look at is 11x. Okay. If I can get you guys to classify this as a monomial or not monomial. So which one is it? Is it monomial or not monomial? Monomial. It is a monomial, right? Why is it a monomial? Do you guys remember what the definition of a monomial is? It's one of three things. It could be a what? What's the first thing?
A number.
It could be a number. It could be a variable. And it could be a product.
And a number. One or more. Like.
A number and one or more variables with non-negative exponents. Yeah, that's a long third option there. This is it a number only? Is it only a variable? No, it's a product. So that's still a monomial. We say that its degree is 1. And I'll put it like this so you have it better in your notes. Degree of 1. And you're like, where'd you get that? The way I get the degree of a polynomial is I look at this monomial and I see what are all the exponents added up together. Like, okay, well, what's the exponent of this guy? Is there anything else to add up with that? It has a degree of 1. That's its degree. Now, listen to me. You're not changing this value. You're just describing it, degree of 1. You guys okay with just saying degree of 1? Let's move on to the next one. Negative xy squared. Negative xy squared. Okay. Look at the exponents of the variables. Add them up.
Oh, wait.
Tell me. 3. Guess what the degree of this monomial is?
3.
Degree of 3. That's all you do. That's the degree. You added the 1 and the 2 and you got a degree of 3. Now, did you actually combine these two together in some way? No. You're just describing it. Don't change this. Don't say this. That's not what I said. I'm just describing the degree. Okay? Yes, sir.
2 questions. Will the degree always be a whole number?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't get a degree. Well, for our purposes, you won't get a degree of like 0.5.
Will it always be positive?
Yes. Yeah, because if you had a negative exponent, it would not be a monomial, would not have a degree, because it's not a polynomial. Next one. 2a squared b to the 5th. Just write down the degree, and you can just, if it says find the degree, you just write it down. You don't even have to put degree of. Just put that number down.
What do we need this for, though?
What's going to happen is later on in the problems, they're going to say, you have a first degree polynomial, solve it this way. Second degree polynomial, solve it this way. Third degree, solve it this way. What's cool about the higher ones, usually you can break a 7 degree into, usually you can break another polynomial degree into simpler ones. But it just helps us to know how to solve them or work them out. Ben, what is my degree? Degree of 7. So I'll just put 7 here. Amazing. And last one here, hopefully you can add 5w to the 4th, x to the 3rd, y to the 2nd, z.
What?
Yes?
Oh.
So give me the degree. All right, how many of you got a degree of? 10. That's all you're doing. That's it. You get it? Is it good? You're not changing anything. You're just like degree of 10. Okay, let me give you the definition for degree of a. So far, we've just been talking about monomials. The degree of a monomial, we would say the sum of the exponents. And to be very clear, the sum of the exponents of its variables. Because technically, don't the numbers also have, like, doesn't 5 also have an exponent? Yes, but we're not talking about the 5. We're talking about only the variables. Now it's time for a trick question. Ready, Kate? It's a tricky one. I'm going to write it over here because I don't want Snow to see it. He doesn't like this one. What is the degree of this monomial? Ma'am? What? Yes, degree of 0. What? I don't even see a 0 here. Like, how can that be? Someone explain how can that be? Because that's just made up if we're not able to explain it. Marin, what do you think? Why 0? Like, huh?
I really don't.
The 5 is near perfect.
Kate, you want to explain it? Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Because it has no variables to have exponents for it.
Okay, it has no variables here, right? So there are no exponents for the variable. But some people claim that there is a variable, and there is.
It's
Kinda.
5a to the 0th power.
Oh, do you guys remember do you know what a to the 0th means? 1, so it's 5 times 1? 5 times 1 is 5. So it does have a variable. In fact, it can have an infinite number of variables, but they're all going to be to the 0th. So here's our math. 0 plus 0 plus 0. It's still 0. No matter how many you put, there's still 0. Okay. So listen up, if it's a constant, what's its degree?
0.
Please don't forget. You will see that again.
We will see that.
You will see it again.
I saw a YouTube video of a guy who proved that 1 equals 2. Like, he proved
With
it.
special effects?
Like,
Special effects? Or just
yeah, he wrote it
explain?
down on a chalkboard about how it went.
A chalkboard is a powerful piece of technology.
You wrote 1
Yeah,
equal
'cause it's
to or
just
1
so
plus
advanced
2?
and not primitive at all or anything.
All right. This is not a monomial. This is a polynomial of 2 terms. If I want to find the degree of a polynomial with more than 1 term, I have to do it this way. I have to find each degree for each monomial. So what's the degree of this monomial? 2. I'm just writing it down for my sake. This is a second degree or 2 degree. What's the degree of the second monomial? 1. So the degree of the whole expression, the whole thing, is just the highest one. So what would the degree of the whole polynomial be? You would say 2.
Cool.
That's what you're doing. You're just taking each one. Which one's the biggest? That one is. That's the degree. Basically, you guys know what degree means. Like degrees in temperature, but also like first degree, second degree burns, third degree larceny. I mean, okay, I'm thinking the higher. And I gotta make sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. What's the difference between first degree burn and third degree burn? Which one's harder?
The other one, third degree.
I think it's third degree, right? So just think of it like this. This polynomial is of a second degree because the highest one is 2. That's all we're saying. Let's do another one. Let's see. 3m squared and cubed. And then we have plus 2mn. Oh, don't worry, I'm not done. Minus n to the 4th. Okay, I want the degree of the whole polynomial. So get the degree of each monomial. So let's just go with the monomial. What's the degree of the first monomial? 5. What's the degree of the second monomial?
6.
2. Because here I have a 1 and a 1. I just added those exponents. Just talking about the degree.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
What's the degree of the third monomial? 4. Which one's the highest?
5.
So what's the degree of the whole thing?
5.
What's the highest level it goes to?
I was looking at
fine.
both of the 2 last terms together.
Sorry?
I was looking at the 2 last terms together.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just separate terms. Okay, here's the definition of the degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial the greatest degree of its terms. So you have to look at each term and then see which one's the highest degree. That's the degree of the whole thing. So that's basically what you do. You're just comparing them. You guys okay with that one? Okay. I'm going to give you a couple problems to work out. It's on the try these page 127. So look at page 127, try these at the bottom. And we are on page 127
Can I get my book?
in the hardcover.
We try all.
Can I get my book? I forgot to get it.
It's okay.
What were the numbers again?
I didn't give the numbers yet. All right, go to page 127. The try these. I want you guys to do number 1. Just give me the degree. Just give me the degree.
Could we? It's just a question. Would you write like the degree sign or not?
Don't write the degree sign. That's a good question. I know we're talking about degrees like you think of temperature, but it's not the same thing. So if you put the degree sign with temperature, you're either talking about an angle, which is not what we're talking about, or you're talking about like temperature degrees, and we're not talking about that either. That's a good question. Okay, how many of you got the degree of number 1? You got it. You're very confident of it?
Oh, I thought you said the answer is 1.
What is the answer, Ben?
Degree 3.
Wait, how'd you get that? Oh, hold on. How many terms are on that?
2.
Maren, what's the degree of the first term?
1.
Do you guys agree that the degree of the first term is 1?
Yes.
Morris, what's the degree of the second term?
3.
3. Oh, that's right. You have to take the highest one, right? That's what you do? How many of you got 3? Degree of 3. Good. That's what you get. You guys want a tough one, I know, because I saw all those hands go up. I want to go with number, I don't think it's that tough. What do you think? You want a tough one?
No.
Number 4. I want the degree of that polynomial. I want the whole degree. Don't worry, they already wrote it down for you. Didn't they?
Yes.
The answer's there. So. No pressure.
Well, 11 is the highest degree of the whole thing.
What's the degree of this one?
0.
Okay, I forgot to tell you I want all of you to get it right. And no pressure because that's not too bad, right? All right, before I get the actual answer, how many terms do we have? 4 terms, right? Okay, so I'm going to ask each one of you the degree of each one of the terms. Let's go with Alec. What's the degree of the first term? 9. Okay, good. Violet, the degree of the second term? 11. What's the degree of the third term? I'll go with Kate. Kate, you were the one who helped me with that. Wow, I should have asked someone else, huh? Ah, man. What's the degree of the fourth term? Brian?
2.
2. All right, so out of those 4, which one's the highest number? Everybody? 11. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't hear someone say 9. Okay, 11. That's the highest one. Okay. Now I feel bad if someone did say 9 and, okay, don't say 9. 11 is higher than 9. Okay, let's move on to the next part here, guys. Look at the instructions for 1 through 4 on the try these. Can you guys see those instructions? It first said to write the polynomial in standard form. Okay, now, do you remember on the last problems that we did where we had different ways to write the answer? Do you guys remember that? You could write this term first or that term in the middle. It doesn't really matter. What's the problem with that, though? What's maybe an issue with that? Just think of our class. Think of me reading the answers off. What may be an issue? What do you think? Yeah, just writing whatever form you want.
We won't learn how to do it correctly.
Yeah, but we're just being picky, I think, with standard form, right? We're just saying, do it this way because this is how we want it. What do you think, though, might be the problem if we just did it our own way? Okay, it's not standard form, right? It's not standard form the way we set it up, but it's complicated because here's how it gets complicated. I read the answer, x to the fifth minus 3x squared plus 7, okay? And half of you got that. Yay, we got it, good. But some of you switched it around. So what are you doing when I'm reading the answer? You're like, wait, which one is it? What if we had a standard that we used and everyone followed it? Wouldn't it be nice? Okay, and you're like, I don't know about that. I think we're still just being too picky. Here's another standard we use. Do you remember order of operations? Is that a standard that we use? Why do we use that standard? Because if we didn't, you're getting that answer, I'm getting this answer, and we're all correct. That kind of goes back where, this is cool. Good timing, Dr. Real. Where do we see people just doing their own thing in the Word of God? Everyone was doing what was right in their own eyes. They had a standard. I had a standard. Do you guys remember what book especially points that out? Old Testament. Starts with the J. Not Joshua. Although there is part of that in Joshua. Okay, how many of you say Jeremiah? How many say Judges? Judges. It's sad, guys, because after the conquest in Canaan, the people got their inheritance. They continue that in Judges, but then after a whole generation passes by, they say, we're just going to do whatever is right in our own eyes. Some are worshiping this idol. Some are worshiping that idol. Some go to God and they offer whatever they want. They're doing whatever they want. They're using their own standard. Is that a good thing? Do we like standards? Yeah, where do we find our standards? Like, where do we find our standards for life in general? In the Word of God. Not me. I don't give you the standard because I could be wrong. I'm a man. You find the standard in the Word of God. So I like standards for that reason, but I also don't like them because they make me do something I don't want to do all the time, right? Like, do I always want to write in standard form on these problems? No, but it's a good thing. We are all on the same page. We're all doing the same thing. Okay, here, let's write this down. 4x cubed minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 3. Plus 6x minus 3. Okay, this is written in standard form. Can anyone kind of maybe figure out why it's standard form? Just thinking about degree and all that. Just think about your degree and the variables and exponents. That's standard form, but maybe you can tell me why. Okay, I think you three. Oh, I'll go with Morse.
How the degree progressively goes down as it goes to the degree.
Good. Listen up, guys. What's the degree of the first term?
3.
Of the second?
2.
Of the third?
1.
And of the last? Okay, did it go in descending order according to its degree?
Yes.
That's standard form. And guys, you've been saved by the bell once more. We're going to work on these problems during class tomorrow, so you get a free night. It gets me, guys. It gets me. Yeah, please leave before I change my mind.
Hurry! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Well, on second thought.
No! No!